It's too expensive. It's too expensive to leave versus what you would save and the regulations that you wouldn't have to go through and all the bullshit with all the permits and all the. What California does is overregulate everything. They get as much government involved as possible. They suck as much tax money out of you as possible. And then they still leave the place a mess. They still have homeless people everywhere. It's still a disaster. It's still a woke show of virtue signaling at every level of the government. Still, like, no course correction at all. They're going further and further into la la land. And you're like, Jesus Christ, you guys.
You've probably seen what's going on in California. The wildfires are still barely under control, only about 6% contained.
So the storm in California might have settled, but guess who's still raging at the top? Joe Rogan and Mel Gibson. These two aren't backing down, insisting that Gavin Newsom completely dropped the ball and should be held accountable. On a recent episode of Rogan's podcast, they joined forces and went all
and confusing, and then he gets on TV and pretends like everything's great. And California's the best. We have the best state. We have the most amazing economy. And like, you're out of your mind, dude. You've ruined this state. Like, personally ruined it.
Rogan kicked things off by unloading on California's governor for wasting his time in office. To Rogan, California should be a beacon, a magnet for dreamers and doers from across America. Instead, people are fleeing in droves. Rogan himself left in 2020, fed up with the state's cancel culture, where one slip-up could ruin your life. But that was just the warm-up. He argued Newsom took a booming opportunity.
No one who is alive today had ever experienced a true pandemic. And I'm hoping that now that this is over, people are going to, recognize that some serious errors were made and not repeat those. That's the best you can get out of it.
So what do you tell those people?
Vote Republican.
Newsom's disastrous pandemic response was the last straw that pushed Rogan to openly suggest backing Republicans. Why? Because according to Rogan, Democrats dropped the ball. Endless lockdowns destroyed family businesses, sparked a mental health crisis, and barely slowed the virus. Schools stayed closed for months, depriving kids, especially the most vulnerable, of an education, despite low transmission rates. And those strict mask mandates, Rogan dismissed them as political theater, not science. He tore into the left for silence.
This guy's like standing in front of all this stuff, and he's got a smile on his face, and he's talking about land use.
The development plans.
Watch this. Play this. Give me.
I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas about some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
All smiles. Watch the little shoulder wiggle as he talks to Jack. See that? He's excited about speculators coming in, saying we're going to move forward. Meanwhile, people have lost their homes. This is why Rogan is urging Californians to vote Republican. Because real leadership isn't about staged photos and sound bites. It's about showing up when it matters. Rogan remembers Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Gavin Newsom talks about California. He's like, I'm very big on California, very bullish on California. California has all this industry. Hey, they're all thinking about moving.
Thank God.
The only reason why they don't move is because it's too difficult to move. If it was like every business could instantly pull up roots and replace everything and have everything running in a week at the other place, they'd all be gone. It's too expensive to leave versus what you would save and the regulations that you wouldn't have to go through and all the bull with all the permits and all the. What California does is overregulate everything. They get as much government involved as possible. They suck as much tax money out of you as possible. And then they still leave the place a mess. They still have homeless people everywhere. It's still a disaster. It's still a woke shit show of virtue signaling at every level of the government. Still. Like no course correction at all. They're going further and further into La La Land. And you're like, Jesus Christ, you guys.
Rogan didn't hold back. He accused Newsom of turning California into a graveyard for small businesses. In Rogan's view, Newsom's leadership hasn't just hurt entrepreneurs, it's suffocated them. First came Assembly Bill 5, reclassifying freelancers and gig workers as employees, leading to higher labor costs and legal headaches for small businesses. Then there's the flashy $20 minimum wage.
And Karen Bass have already proven their incompetence and poor leadership during the Los Angeles wildfires. Now, as we experience rampant lawlessness and civil unrest, it's never been more clear they're unable to respond effectively and responsibly during calamity. Whether it's sheer incompetence or outright malevolence, the reality is stark. California's in a state of turmoil, and I ask my fellow Angelenos, why are Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass still in office?
That's a man who's had it up to here with Gavin Newsom's administration. And honestly, can you blame him? With sweeping policies, suffocating regulations, and flashy government initiatives, you'd expect California to lead the nation in quality of life. But it's not even close. Despite being one of
Hands off these poor people who are just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes, been here 10 years. The fear, the horror, the hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me, let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community, I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up, they need to stop, and we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
Mel Gibson didn't pull punches. He went straight to the point. Vote Gavin Newsom out. And he wasn't just making noise. He meant it. Gibson's tipping point came when Newsom stood by as ICE protests spiraled into chaos. What started peacefully turned into looting.
You're a fool, blaming Trump. What are you doing for this destruction of these animals destroying Los Angeles? Are you there, talking calmly with them, you fool? They would burn you down like they're burning the cars and the American flag, with no regard for humanity. This is not about Trump. This is about protecting the people from these animals and criminals trying to destroy us. And our police force, are they supposed to stand there, let rocks hit them and kill them? Who's going to save them? You? You're a disgrace. You're nothing but a lying dog for the hopes of becoming the president one day.
Given this record, it's almost funny to imagine Gavin Newsom as the Democrats' pick for 2028. California has everything: wealth, talent, innovation, yet it's struggled under his watch. If he can't keep one state from spiraling into economic decline, homelessness, and rising crime, why trust him with the entire country? Newsom seems more focused on managing headlines than producing results.